Real talk, that meeting you just sat through for an hour with three people who talked in circles, nobody wrote anything down, everybody was processing rather than deciding, and you're pretty sure that someone said follow up with the client, but you have no idea who that was? Yeah, that meeting just cost you $500 in lost productivity. Multiply that by 4 meetings a week, and you're bleeding $24,000 a year on meeting sessions that solve nothing. And yet you might be blaming yourself. Maybe I'm not leading well. Maybe my team isn't taking ownership. Those things might be true, but what I think is the biggest truth is that your meetings aren't broken, your system is. So let's fix that today. Hey, this is She's That Founder Thursday edition, the no fluff corner of the internet for bold women building big things. I'm Dawn Andrews, and this episode is your espresso shot of clarity, strategy, and a little AI magic served with love and a velvet boot to the bootay. Let's fix your meetings. One of my clients, brilliant, wildly capable, came to a session recently and she was wrecked, so tired. She said, I've been crying in my car between client calls, Dawn. I spent 11 hours in meetings this week and I have no idea what we decided. And I have no time to do the actual work that I'm meant to do. And she blamed herself. She thought she wasn't strategic enough. She thought she hired the wrong people. She thought maybe she just wasn't cut out for leadership. And I think we've all been there, you guys. We know that when we're really tired, we start to tell real rough stories about ourselves. So here's what actually happened. No agenda was sent beforehand. People showed up confused about why they were even there. Like they were in the room and they weren't even sure why they should be in the room. Someone maybe took notes. Everybody took a few notes, but there was no one consolidated doc where everybody could find what they needed. Action items were spoken, but they weren't necessarily assigned and given deadlines. And the follow-up, that happened days later after somebody came up with additional information, probably when they were taking a shower, because that's when all this stuff surfaces itself. So it doesn't work really well, right? So what we did, we built her a simple system. 3 weeks later, she texted me on a Friday at 2 p.m. Just wrapped a 30-minute meeting that used to take 2 hours. The summary's in their inbox. I have my Friday back. That's what a good system does. It gives you time and confidence and your damn weekend back. Here is the new mindset I'd like to propose. Look at every meeting as if it's a product. Build it, test it, refine it, and with AI, you can make every part of that product better. Before, during, after. That's a system. So let's talk about the parts. Before, let AI help you build your agenda. Stop trying to remember everything that you need to talk about. Pop into ChatGPT or Claude or your favorite LLM and say, we need to finalize the Q4 goals and set next week's priorities. If that's what you need to say. If not, say what you need to say. And then boom, you've got a structured agenda with time blocks, prompts, and decisions to make. Done in 90 seconds, sent in 30. Everyone has the opportunity to show up prepared, and you just saved 20 minutes of awkward throat clearing and what are we talking about again at the top of your meeting. During your meeting, record with consent and transcribe it. Tools like Otter, Fireflies, or Zoom AI can transcribe and extract action items and document decisions automatically. But here's the thing, you must tell people you're recording. It's the law in many places, and it's the right thing to do. Now, I know that each of these tools has the participant opt in to be recorded, but I also think it's a good idea just to reiterate that, to get into the habit of it. So you could say, hey team, we're recording this with Fireflies, so no one has to scramble for notes. It's secure, we delete it after 30 days, and it helps us all stay on track. Cool. So I'll go deeper on AI security and recording protocols in another episode, but for now, disclose it, get consent, and be smart about what you record. So we talked about before and during. Now let's talk about after. Let AI help you handle the follow-up. So for instance, the meeting ends, you close Zoom. Minutes later, the AI can send what was discussed, what was decided, who's doing what by when. No more, can someone send the notes messages? No more, wait, did we agree upon that? It's all there, already done. Okay, you ready for the hot tip? Use the recurring meeting chat method. This is the method that I use for my meetings. And this is a game changer, worth the price of listening alone. Okay, start a dedicated chat for that meeting in ChatGPT or Claude. Before the meeting, ask, create an agenda for our weekly team leadership meeting. Cover the project updates, roadblocks, and next week's focus. So this, with all of your brain dump information, will give you your agenda for your meeting. And then after the meeting, paste in your transcripts or notes and say, summarize this meeting, list the action items with owners. And then when you're getting ready for the following week's meeting, say, based on our last meeting and the summary that I provided you, what do we need to cover this week? And then you can add in more of your information, what you know, what changed, etc. But the chat thread gets smarter over time, and it learns your team's flow, your priorities, your unfinished to-dos. It becomes a version of your AI chief of staff without the $150K salary. Here's an important little nugget that you need to know, though. Turn off training in ChatGPT. Go to Settings, Data Controls, and toggle off Improve the Model for Everyone. Claude doesn't train on Convos by default, but just double check. And in Notion, review your workspace data settings because you want the memory to be able to remain, but you don't want to be training the model on your sensitive business data, if that's the transcripts that you're providing. So which recording tool is the best for you and your company? I would say if you're a solo founder or with a team of 5 or less, start with Otter. It's clean, it's easy, it's secure, totally great. I use Otter with my team and my clients. If you have a team of 5 or more and you're on some sort of enterprise solution, you can use Fireflies. It integrates with Slack, other CRMs, and it keeps everyone accountable. If you're already using Notion, keep going because Notion can run the whole workflow: agenda, notes, follow-ups, the whole thing. And then if you want chat-based AI that remembers your meetings, use ChatGPT Plus or Claude Pro. There you go. Pick one. Set it up this week. You will be shocked at what a difference it makes to be able to record. And here's what it feels like when it really works. You walk out of a 30-minute meeting that used to be 90 minutes. That's an hour back to yourself. You remember what got decided, and so does everybody else. Your team can actually execute because they know what to do. Your team also comes prepared for the next meeting, and you guys can make decisions in the room instead of processing. And the best of all, you get your Fridays or your mental space and your CEO energy back. You're no longer the bottleneck. You're the strategist, the visionary, the leader, the builder, the boss. So here's what's to remember. Meetings don't suck, but maybe your system does. Use AI before, during, and after to make your whole meeting process better. Set up recurring chats to make your AI smarter over time. Turn off model training and protect your data. And security and privacy, we're hitting that deep in another episode, so hang in there. Your meetings should move your business forward, not drain your soul. And if you'd like a little more support with that, join us in the AI for Founders free community on LinkedIn. This is where we test tools, share wins, and talk about systems that actually work. The link's in the show notes. And heads up, we're going into AI meeting security in another episode soon. Recording protocols, client privacy, how not to get sued because of your transcription bot. So before we go, here's your assignment. Pick one recurring meeting this week. Start a dedicated chat for it in ChatGPT or Claude. Let it build your agenda, record with consent, and then use AI to generate your follow-up. Then tag me on LinkedIn or Instagram and tell me how much time you saved. You don't have to wonder what it's like to have your time back. You can build it this week with ease. I'll see you soon, lovies. In the meantime, go forth and be that founder.